This is the Barbados Today afternoon news for Monday, July 3rd. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. Local and regional law enforcement officials are continuing to highlight the need for cooperation to fight international organized crime that is affecting the Caribbean. Head of the Regional Security System, Captain Errington Sherland, addressed the issue this morning at a maritime operations and planning course at the Coast Guard base. He told reporters that regional officials will be discussing the matter in St. Vincent shortly.
We're actually working with the government of St. Vincent. We're meeting there the 23rd to the 25th of July to assist in developing a national strategy in order to combat the increased level of criminality. And the RSS is poised to assist national governments in developing national strategies. And not only the development of the strategy, but should there be a requirement for the RSS to facilitate assistance, then we are prepared to do so as well.
Sherland's comments come on the heels of several major drug busts at sea in the past week. The most recent was yesterday when members of the drug squad, the police marine unit and the Barbados Coast Guard seized 171 pounds of cannabis and a yacht when they intercepted a vessel off the shores of the island. 2 Bermudian men are assisting with investigations. And 3 men are due in court today in connection with last Thursday's multi-million-dollar drug haul at sea. Lawmen seized 50.5 kilograms of cocaine with a street value of $2.5 million and 160 pounds of marijuana with a street value of $640,000 during a joint operation of the Coast Guard, the Police Marine Unit, the Drug Squad and the RSS when they intercepted a vessel with 2 Barbadians on board. 42-year-old Michael Yard of Drax Hall Jump St. George, David Brathwaite, 64, of 3rd Avenue, Paris Cap, St. Michael, were arrested. And the third man, Guyanese national Abdul Samir Manan, 37, was later arrested and charged with a number of drug-related offenses. Yard and Brathwaite are facing charges of unlawful possession, possession with intent to supply, trafficking, importation, and conspiracy to traffic the drugs. Manan has been charged with conspiracy to traffic and trafficking of the drugs. In more police news this afternoon, the lawmen are appealing for the public's help in their investigations into the deaths of 2 men in Prerogative St. George. The bodies of 80-year-old Vincent Robinson and Guyanese national Bim Singh were discovered at Prerogative House yesterday with multiple chop wounds about the body. Police are asking anyone with information on the incident to contact the District B Police Station at 437-4311, Oistins CID South at 418-2608, or the police emergency number 211. You can also call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS, that's 1-800-8477, or the nearest police station. At least one member of the opposition Barbados Labour Party is dismissing the apology from Government Senator Jepta Ince for referring to the business community as parasites. Ince leveled the insult at a recent lunchtime lecture of the Democratic Labour Party. In a letter to the head of the Barbados Private Sector Association on the weekend, he said the statement was made in a moment of unguarded excess and do not represent his personal views or that of the Democratic Labour Party. But addressing fisherfolk in Weston on the weekend, BLP MP Edmund Hinkson said apology is not accepted.
Most of the people employed in fishing in Barbados are self-employed people. These are not people who are looking for a job. These are not people who are a burden on the government, seeking a government job. And they certainly are not parasites in the bosom of government, as one government senator and a junior minister has ignobly said that the private sector is. The fishing industry is part of the private sector of Barbados and certainly isn't a parasite on the hands of government. And that statement which he made, quite frankly, has to be condemned in the highest order. And he said that he's withdrawn it and it's not his personal opinion, but it is his personal opinion because he said straight and clearly that he said it already. He's been criticized for saying it in the past. And he doesn't care, it doesn't bother him. And he will go on to say it, and you can write what he said. And I, Jepta, said so. So it is part of his personal views. I'm not so sure that it isn't part of the views of his government as well, because time and again, government-elected members of parliament have condemned the private sector.
Labour Minister Dr. Esther Bayo-Suku wants issues of non-communicable diseases to be discussed on the job to encourage workers to adopt healthy habits. Dr. Bayo-Suku was addressing a service at the Bethel Pentecostal Church to mark the start of a week of activities observing occupational health and safety in the workplace.
We have a high prevalence of non-communicable diseases. And what we are encouraging as we talk about safety, we're also talking about health in the workplace. And your health, your personal health, your diabetes, your hypertension, all of these things also affect how productive you are at work. In fact, it affects whether or not you get to work in the first place, right? Because some of your conditions, you have to spend a lot of time at the doctor, or you're just not feeling well. Or when you do go to work, you're not actually engaged, you're not putting in because of your personal health. And what we have been saying is that in the workplace, that's a perfect place for us to discuss our health, our chronic non-communicable diseases, whether through safety committees, which we say are a perfect format for that, or whatever other arrangement you choose. Our workplace is a place where we can start to motivate one another to get up and exercise, to go for a walk on weekends or after work, to start some sort of fitness activity. Some of the staff here play road tennis outside the building on evenings. Whatever activity to encourage one another in that camaraderie that should exist in the workplace, and to also come in and have demonstrations on how you should eat and how you should cook and all of these things to help to address the chronic non-communicable diseases.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to for long?
I can't how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling. This months now it stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sunday. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. Call at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados Today online for free. I couldn't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
£1.
Only £1? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back with news from the region. And in what's probably the shortest-lived government appointment in recent memory, Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has again fired Marlene MacDonald from his cabinet. The surprise move comes just 3 days after she was reappointed to office. We get more in this report from TV6 News.
No official explanation was given for the move. After Dr. Rowley's third cabinet reshuffle, Laventille West MP Fitzgerald Hines was reassigned as Public Utilities Minister to minister in the Ministry of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs. The press secretary said that the President has also been advised that the portfolio of public utilities should be assigned to the Prime Minister, who will assume these duties in addition to his other responsibilities. On Thursday, the Prime Minister explained Ms. MacDonald's return to the Cabinet 16 months after he advised the President to revoke her appointment as Housing Minister on March 16, 2016.
And finally, 18 people are feared dead after their tour bus crashed with a lorry and burst into flames on the A9 motorway in southern Germany. There were 46 passengers and 2 drivers on the bus, which was carrying German pensioners. 1 driver was among those killed. The passengers were men and women aged 41 to 81 heading to Lake Garda in Italy for a holiday. 30 people escaped the fire and 2 are critically hurt. The lorry driver was unharmed. He told police the bus crashed into his vehicle and burst into flames. Forensic teams have recovered the charred remains of 11 people so far. And that's news this afternoon. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can find us on Izumi Media in bus terminals and screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also tune into Mix 96.9 FM for more news. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good afternoon.